Mic check. 1, 2, 3. If you can hear me, please hit 1. Mic check. Give me a 1. Okay, bet. How you doing, Nene? How you doing, Wise Feminine? Appreciate y'all. Okay, bet. So, I've had this thought on my mind for a while. Trying to wait to turn here. Serious Biz in the house. What's up, good brother? So this is a throwback. This is how I used to do it. Hey, slow your roll now. This is how I used to do it 2 or 3 years ago. Do the live videos in my old truck. And this is just something that's been on my mind. I said, well, this is gonna be my best opportunity to do something. Just gonna have to get in the old truck like I used to. So the idea of having Wise Femme said, yep, car knowledge, yep. Old throwback. When we think about Dunlap in the house, what's happening, good brother? Are y'all heading back? Hope y'all had a good trip. So Saturn, if you follow the channel, I've talked about I hope this phone don't get too hot. I talked one night on the podcast about my chart and how Saturn exactly opposes my sun in my birth chart. Okay. I also have Mars in Capricorn in my birth chart. So how this plays out or has played out in my life is that I'm kind of what you would call a late bloomer. Late to the and I have had a tendency to be impatient. And maybe it's from the natural feeling of something trying to restrain my sun or prevent my light from shining. And okay, hopefully my connection is good now. I'm going through a signal kind of goes in and out. So from the standpoint that's usually presented It's very restrictive. It's very it's a chastising type of energy. Um, in traditional astrology, it would be the furthest limit of our solar system because at that time only 7 planets were supposedly known. Supposedly. So from those standpoints, Saturn can come off as very negative. But as I explained in the podcast, we've had this ongoing square of Uranus and Saturn throughout this year, and they've squared themselves exactly 2 times, and they're going to square one more time in December, or they're going to reach exactitude, or their square is going to perfect in December. And it especially hits my chart because, and especially this last one, because it was at 13 degrees, which is where my Sun and Saturn are in my chart, 13 degrees, and they're in fixed signs. Okay, and the square between Uranus and Saturn has been occurring in fixed signs. It's been um, Uranus and I'm sorry, it's been Taurus and Aquarius. Okay, so plenty of reasons to look at Saturn negatively. Personally, it has reminded me that I can't do things at the drop of a hat, at a moment's notice, on a whim. You know, um, I have to be methodical. But that's a Saturn type of word, methodical. But we study astrology. One reason we study it is to be able to go beyond just being philosophical. Yes, to go beyond just being philosophical and to see how it applies in our everyday life. Otherwise, it's just somewhat intellectual masturbation, right? So as I sit and look at my life as a parent, I see Saturn playing out for both me um, and my wife collectively, and our children. You see, Saturn keeps squaring Uranus. So let's just think about these two archetypes. Saturn would be structural things, okay? Uranus would almost be the antithesis. It is sudden eruption or sudden eruptive energy that could possibly serve as an antithesis to a structure, as in something like a bomb, an explosion. P Straight Panther, something like that that could suddenly tear down a structure. So, um, this guy named Richard Tarnas has this book called Cosmos and Psyche. It's an excellent book. I recommend anybody get. Um, it's a historical book and it's an astrological book because it's going to show you how these astrological archetypes are playing out during certain historical events. and it shows you the cyclical nature of astrological energy. And he, in that book, talks about, he likens Uranus to Prometheus. And Prometheus is the mythological character who steals fire from the gods. Okay. Okay, baby. He breaks the rules. You gotta hold on. Um, and so he becomes likened to Uranus. You know, the key words liberty. The root lib means freedom. Okay, so apply that to wherever you want. Freedom to do this, freedom to do that, freedom to think this, freedom to say this, freedom to feel that, whatever. Free. Okay, and Saturn, a good a good metaphorical representation for Saturn is the stern father. I grew up with a very Saturnian father. My father was a disciplinarian, okay, old school. My father was 40 years old when I was born, so my father was older than most of my friends' fathers. In many cases, my father was old enough to be their father. Their, my friends' fathers, was old enough to be their father. In some cases, I had brothers who were older than my friends' fathers. Okay, so I had a very Saturnian, older father, disciplinarian. Okay, so I'm just telling you that to give you a backdrop for these archetypes. Now, as it comes to my children, I've seen them, I see the Promethean nature in them to want to explore, busting their head on stuff and falling and running into walls, and all out of a sense, and I mean an innate sense of being free to explore, free to run, free to have fun. That's the most important thing. And then I see myself and my wife playing out this archetype of Saturn, because Saturn understands, by understanding the structure of things, Saturn also understands the danger to the structure. And this is on even on the most literal level of these little people, their little bodies, falling off a couch and hitting your head, running into a wall, leaving a cabinet open in the kitchen while you're running, clip your leg or whatever. Um, the parent, from the Saturnian standpoint, sees the inherent danger. To the Promethean Uranian child, the parent's number one goal in life is to inhibit their freedom. No, we can't do this right now. No, you can't. Da 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 da. No, we gotta do. No, you gotta finish eating your food. Then you can do that. No, you can't. You can't hang off the banister on the steps. No, you. And so, to the child, the parent is just a party pooper. And then I'm remembering myself being a child and being in their position and feeling like that. You know, come on, daddy. They limit now. Why ain't you gonna let me go out here and play football? No, because I know the people who are coaching, and I know they're idiots, and I'm not gonna let you go out here and learn the wrong way to play the game. So you're going to wait. Okay, hopefully I'm back. So I'm living vicariously through my friends who come to school and tell me about the football game. Okay. Mind you, we like 7, 8 years old. I end up having to wait until I'm 13. They go that number again, 13, before I can finally go and play football. And by this time, I'm just ready to kill somebody. Um, but at 44 years old, I appreciate my very Saturnian father for not letting me go out there, because they were being led by idiots and they were not learning proper fundamentals. And a lot of people got burnt out because they started playing football when they were 6 years old. By the time they got to high school, they were already burnt out. By the time I got to high school, I was just not getting started. You know, um, now we swing that back to, now we're gonna flip it. We're gonna flip the roles, because all of us have a sun sign. All of us have a little child in us that wants to shine. That's what the sun wants to do. The sun wants to shine, and the child wants to shine its light, however it sees that it should shine it. So as an adult, I have things I want to do. Okay, um, a lot of things. I have a lot of gifts that I want to bring to the fore. Um, and a lot of these things, the desire for freedom, you know, that's a hallmark of mine, freedom. Okay. I very much, okay, I'm driving. You gotta wait, baby. Plus, we're about to be at the park. Just hold on. I very much understand that desire for freedom, you know, overwhelming. Um, and so then my responsibilities as a husband and father then bring the Saturnian influence back on me. Let me make sure I'm being clear. As a parent, I take on the Saturnian role with my Uranian children, their nature, their natural inclination to want to be free to do whatever the hell they want to do. Conversely, the children become Saturnian because they remind you of your responsibilities simply by existing, unless you just complete garbage. And so then they, in turn, curtail your Uranian nature to want to be free. Because I mean, it's you don't lose your inner child. You don't lose that. With these two, um, throughout this year, these are things that come up for us to think about. And at least for me, and I know it plays out differently based on everybody that doesn't have children, and but in some form or fashion, this is playing out in everybody's life. This jousting back and forth between freedom and structure. And I think about peace, Erica. Uh, I think back about something else in my chart. What's up, Flex? You got a pee? Okay. I think back about something. Let me show y'all how to, like my grandmama say. My grandmama has this saying. She said, "You better learn how to do. If you got little children, you better keep you this." So y'all gonna have to bear with me, cause now I gotta become a porta potty. Come on, stand up. Um, Saturn rules. Okay, squat. Oh, Mora. Oh man. It's because your truck is old. Oh, it's. She said it's because my truck is old. Wow. You see all that stuff on it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, my truck is old, baby. It's old. Mom's truck is not old. Mm-hmm. Thank you for always bringing Daddy back down to earth. Come on, squat. Come on. Okay, pull your pants up. See how my baby put me out on Front Street, but y'all can see this truck old just from looking at it. But Saturn is just another thing just to think about. It's the truck's fault, yeah. The truck and Daddy's fault. Um, yeah. Don't go, but. Pull you, huh? My parents go. Okay, well it's all right. You'll be okay. We're about to go home and take a bath. Dad, pull it up. Dad, do you remember I needed to go pee in. Here, give me your hands. I'm trying to pee. Clean your hands. Come on. So Saturn also rules um, the skin. It rules anything that's structural in the body. Put it that way: the skin, the muscles, the bones. Um, so Saturn, and this is kind of off topic, but just it's still on topic. I've even this is just to kind of show you the value of studying astrology and kind of knowing where the transit's coming. So one thing I've been very cognizant of, in addition to um, how this interplay is going back and forth between Uranus and Saturn, um, is monitoring how I exercise. Okay, because Saturn would be muscles. Um, Uranus, sudden change, right? So this is like a time where I've been focused on moving very carefully when I'm exercising, because you can have a sudden tear of a muscle. Because I'm on the thing. Here, y'all want to go play? Give me the phone, Henry. Give me that. Okay. Here, let me take that loose. Leave that purse. Put it in your thing. All right, we're about to go on a field trip. Let's see here. Can't pair today.
Yeah, it's too tall for this car. Daddy, what can we sell car for? Daddy, what?
Rotation is locked. I don't know what the hell for. What,
Hey, this is the man.
I don't know why my thing is not letting me rotate. Either way.
Hey, Daddy, what can we? Daddy, Daddy, what can we out the way of the car?
Okay, come on.
Daddy, Henry don't fix this car because he's all the way up here.
Come on,
And
son.
he has two hair.
Mm-hmm. We're not gonna stay here long now. All right, am I still on here? Still live? Okay, let me see what Flex said. I got Saturn in Aquarius and Uranus and Capricorn. Push pull. Oh man, you know it then. Put your shoe on. But you know what? I think that's. I'm glad you mentioned that because that reminds me of something. It's like as much as I have that thing of, oh, I want to be free. I want to be free. You know, if you're an Aquarian, you're you still have a lot of Saturn influence because Saturn, of course, is the original ruler of Aquarius. So, as much as Aquarians may come off as wanting to be rebellious and break the rules, and um, you got it, break the rules and all that, I think at the core, I know for me, at the core, I have a respect for the rules. You know, like I hate people who out in traffic and who don't understand. Like when you go into a parking lot at a shopping center, and it's like they don't understand. They don't have the sense enough to stop and look. Do I have a stop sign? Do I not have a stop sign? And you know that's still Aquarian because Aquarian is a you talk about the humanitarian aspect of Aquarius. Um, but for humanity to function, there has to be some semblance of the observance of rules, you know, or else you just have utter chaos, anarchy. And so the true Aquarius nature is still Saturnian to a degree, you know. Um, and I think that's something to draw upon with this interplay of Saturn and Uranus, you know. And somebody like you, Flex, you have um, you have an inside track, you know. That means you are capable um, of maneuvering and managing, although it's puts you and I and other people with these type of configurations maybe at a little more of a challenge, but you know what they say: to whom much is given, much is required. You know, so if you got that, it's hard, but obviously you're capable of managing it. You know, um, I'm rambling here. You say, I hate when people don't put the sharpened cards in the little thing. Oh man, man, man. don't get me started on that. They won't walk 5 steps to put up a shopping cart. And the thing about it is when the wind blows, then it's gonna blow that cart and hit somebody's car. Now these same people, if you would remotely tap the door on their car, they'd be ready to kill you and your firstborn. And so yeah, that's a.
Remember that that's a killer
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm sorry. Look, Henry, go play now, or we're gonna go, cause I don't want to sit out here. Go ahead, go play.
I have to tell you this.
You gotta pee. And there we have it, the reality of it all. I'm gonna have to test his bladder out for a little bit. Maybe 5 more minutes. Um, one thing before I go is it, I've learned just at least from my chart and looking at other people's chart that wherever you got Saturn at in your chart and the sign of Capricorn, the house that Capricorn is in, like just full disclosure, I have Capricorn in the second house, so I'm having to learn in this lifetime discipline with money. And um, I heard an older person say this years ago about it's not how much money you make, it's how much you keep. And I didn't understand it at the time because I was making a whole bunch of money. But I damn sure understand now. You understand when you ain't, when it's not coming that plentiful. But it is about how much you keep. Other words, how you manage your money, you know. So that's a lesson I've had to that I know that's something for me to develop, or that's a skill to develop in this lifetime. And it's not just money, because the second house is things of value, you know. So that could be learning to value relationships more, learning to value what you have, your health, um, your children, uh, wife, um, uh, your home, clean water to drink, pantry full of food, So second house, those things, resources, So possibly me having Capricorn, well, it ain't possibly, I know, just some 44 years, I don't, that's something, it is, um, thankfulness is a discipline. Thankfulness is a discipline. And, so Saturn and Capricorn, they're also always referred to as, being disciplinarian in nature. Um, so that's something just for me, Um, um, Saturn, I have Saturn in Leo, um, and I have Saturn and Leo in the ninth house. So that's the house of ideological beliefs, um, philosophical um, outlook, the visionary house, the house of faith, um, um, and it is um, a house of where the sun, um, although it's not the sun's home, the fifth house, it is a house where the sun still shines brightly. Okay, and so my sun. shines brightly through my philosophical beliefs, learning, teaching, so forth. But there I have Saturn, you know, I have Saturn. And it always puts a governor on
Daddy, can I go
my
pee
ego.
pee? Daddy,
Come on.
can pee pee then come back?
More, come on, come on. Let's go let Henry pee real quick.
Daddy,
Yeah.
it's okay if I pee and come back. Daddy, hello. Can
Yeah.
I come back to the park after I pee pee?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm just going.
Come on, more. Flex. Let me see what Flex say. You said, I know your Saturn and Leo made you experience some clashes between discipline and personal satisfaction. You know it. You know it because my son is in the third house, and this is like I mentioned on the podcast. I referenced bodybuilding. You know, when you're bodybuilding, you your first inclination is to want to work on the body parts that grow real quick. You know, if you got big arms, you want to go. We used to laugh at dudes who go in the gym. The dude who don't never do no legs and got chicken legs, like we used to say, every day is arm day. Every day is arm day for him. Um, I'm gonna put y'all up here and I'm gonna keep talking. Got another, got another pisser right here. Come on, son. More, you go. You stand right over there. Get up in there, Henry. Come on, move over there. There you go. Um, so you want to do what comes natural and easy to you. You know. Uh, Slow down, buddy. All right. Okay.
Did nobody see me?
No, nobody sees you. As long as you just come on and do what you got to do. All right. Pull your pants up.
Okay.
Good.
Everybody, don't see this boy.
Don't move yet. Fix your drawers. There you go.
Come over here. Here's the
Hey,
Bible.
hey, hey, hey. We don't need to draw no audience to us. Move over more. Move over. Move over, please. Uh, okay. All right. Now we good.
Daddy is so quiet at the park.
I know. I like it like that. Don't you like it like that? We ain't got a whole bunch of crazy people. Here, let's do. Get your hands.
Daddy, also at the kids club, it was quiet too.
It was quiet at the kids club.
Yeah.
All right.
Because a million people
Here,
they
come
here. Just one people.
Just one people.
Oh man, that hurts.
Oh yeah, your cut on your hand. That's good. It'll disinfect it.
Why disinfected?
I mean, so you won't. It kills the bacteria.
Oh my god, how's that even serious?
How's that even serious? All right. Anybody still there? Oh man. Uh, yeah. So yeah, it's a challenge. You know, finding that balance. Like you said, Flex, between discipline and personal expression. You know, um, wanting to do what you know you can do. And I ain't gonna front. You know, your ego is involved because let's just let's just keep it real. Sometimes the only reason I watch other people's YouTube videos is because I'm not able to produce mine like I want. Um, and so that's why today I made my mind up that I was gonna do this one like this. You know, let's get back to the old way. I be wanting to make them all crispy. On my cameras. Um, but but a lot of times I look at the stuff that be on YouTube, and it's a lot of waiting on somebody to do something to talk about it. Okay, waiting on somebody to do something and then talk about it, jump on the hashtag, waiting on somebody to die, waiting on somebody to have a scandal, and that's pretty much what it is. You know, me and Dad was talking one day, and he was like, man, he's like, Cass is running out of stuff to talk about. You know, um, and there's so much going on, transformational things that are going on, um, and we're all going through it and feeling it, and we're pretty much being fed entertainment tonight. You know, um, a lot of gossip, um, a lot of speculative information as far as things just now popping up, and all of a sudden people are experts on it, and they're gonna do a seminar on it, and charge you a bunch of money or whatever. And basically, we either got Ponzi schemes going on, where people trying to get, basically just trying to get money at any cost, or we got entertainment tonight, you know, and that's just um, that's just the way it is, you know. Um, this is Yoel says, you ever notice how vibration can alter how you feel things or perceive even the vibration of the more? Uh, you have to break that one down. Was that a lawnmower out here? I don't remember. Um, but you know, so yeah, I sit and watch these videos and other things, and it's while I'm. Here's the thing. This is where I have to come in and check myself, because I be wanting to do my one two um to to get my stuff popping. I'm still human. Um, and the way the spirit would have it is that I find myself inundated with chopping wood, carrying water, and it's like, and I have found myself, especially this year, getting into my bag of almost feeling like, and this goes back to what Flex said about feeling like your sense of discipline is inhibiting your um, he said clashes between your discipline and personal satisfaction. That's it. The brother hit it on the head. So I've had to really do a lot of checking myself this year. And sometimes people can say things that check you, and they're not even trying to check you. So, so
Hello, everyone.
okay, come on, son, get back, get back.
Hello, anyone.
Okay, so Dap said something one day. He was like,
Daddy, is it
I
okay if I
don't,
have
I
your
don't,
water, please?
I don't like.
Any
What's up,
water?
MJ? He said I don't like. I try not to
Okay.
complain about my kids because I'm the one who made them. And he was just saying it casually in the
I need
conversation,
water.
and maybe he did intend that. I don't know, he and but he
I'm
said
going
it,
to the horse
and
right there.
it was like a gut punch, like cause um, I mean y'all wouldn't really know because but I talked to him about that, um, not from a position of uh bemoaning, you know, having my children, but more don't put your face on that. But just being straight up, man. You get tired, you know, especially when you're old. You in your mid 40s and got little children, um, and you get worn out trying to do. All right. Now I'm back. Damn call come through. But when he said that, it really hit me like, and then it reminded me of something my daddy used to say. He used to be like, I'm not gonna worry myself about somebody else's children because I didn't have the pleasure of creating them. that was his, that was one of his main things. I ain't had the pleasure of creating them babies. It ain't my problem, you know. And so when Dap said that, it reminded me of what my old man used to say. It's like, damn, I can't. Who can I complain to? You know. Um, and that was a very Saturn Uranus moment. Like I said, the parent can take on that Uranus feeling of wanting to rebel and be free. And then you had those reminders um, that, you know, of your responsibilities, that you built this structure and you have to tend to it. These structures being your little children. And it's wild because like I say, I be washing dishes, um, or doing something else, and I just put on somebody's video just for entertainment, just while I'm doing my chopping wood, carrying water rendition, and I'm like, damn, this cat did a multiple hour um thing, or these people are able to post something every day, every other day. And I'm like, but they ain't talking about nothing. I'm like, but and then here goes the ego. But I feel like I have something that I think is worthwhile to say, and here it is. Um, I'm washing dishes, and I have these deep, profound things that and then the spirit comes in and reminds you from time to time. Maybe if somebody makes a simple comment like, "Hey, I try not to complain about my responsibilities too much because I created them." Like something like that comes in, you know, um, puts you back on track. Or your wife come home and tell you about all the sickness that she sees at work. You know, and you look down at your kids and see them running around and raising hell, and you're like, it's nerve wracking. When you're tired. But if your child was laid up in some hospital, you would much rather they be running around raising Cain, tearing up shit. And we had these moments of clarity, but the way this thing is set up is to where we are so inundated with trading our time for chips to fulfill the necessities, and because everything is set up to try to create this false Saturnian grip on your time. You know, so we're talking about the cost of living going up. Now, all that's to working along with these corporations that we work for and so forth, because they're all like another thing we talk about is how a lot of these cats are on the boards of all these different huge corporations. So when prices go up at one and wages grow up just a quarter here and there, they got it regulated to where they constantly can keep turning the heat up in the pot and boiling this frog, and the frog don't know it's getting boiled. They just slowly turning the heat up. Wait more. Wait on him to go. On more Henry to go. Um, and before you know you being cooked, you cooked. You know. And so yeah, they got this thing, and that's what a lot of us are fighting against. Unless you some trust fund baby or whatever, or you got a wicked jump shot, or you run a 4.240. You know. You know. Um, Most of us are dealing with battle fatigue. And then that battle fatigue comes in and kind of warps, even if momentarily, can kind of warp your perception, outlook, so forth. Um, and so it's just how this thing is set up. But that's why it's good. Astrology to me, one of its many intangibles is that it allows you to see the energetic and imprint. Okay. There's this astrologer I listen to called Achuta Baba, and he's a well-studied, um, young man. I don't know how he was able to travel around the world and sit with these masters. So, that's I ain't gonna knock him, and try to guess on how he was able to pay for all this. But either way, that the point is he's been able to amass some very deep information, and he talks about how in ancient astrology the planets are called grahas, or the archetypal energies are called grahas. And I love etymology, so it means grabbers. I was like, and so he makes the point that if you're not aware of these energies and acting accordingly, they will seize you. So grab is the same as seize, grahas, grabbers, seizers. They will seize you and they will act upon you. And if I haven't learned anything in 2021, it is to be more cognizant of myself as an energetic vessel and the presence of these energies flowing through me, and the necessity of grounding myself um, in them. And what happens with me is they normally hit me like a week before the transits perfect. So if it's going to be an exact square, I'm normally going to feel it about a week before. And maybe that's because of my moon, where my moon is, sensitivity to energies. Um, but that's one of the great powers of this science. It's just like knowing the weather. You know it's gonna rain. You like, okay. You can choose to not take your raincoat, your umbrella, but it's gonna rain. Um, or it's gonna rain. You're like, okay, in Texas, These roads are super flat, and when it rains, we don't have the best drainage. Roads be mad slick, and they can, you can have a water, standing water can easily send your vehicle hydroplaning, and okay, it's raining, slow down, you know. Um, so it is very useful to study. MJ said, Wise Feminine said, uh, gotta keep pushing. Indeed. MJ said, remember to cherish the small moments. It flies so fast. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. I accept that and take heed. We'll take heed. Dap said, the planets are like a puppet and a puppet master. You must act accordingly. Oh, he said this from Brianna, from his wife. Okay, you must act accordingly. You know, are like a puppet and a puppet master. Yeah, they can be. I think that's what the guy is meaning by the grahas. They become the puppet masters when we don't acknowledge them and honor them and work with them. I I think we become co-creators in our realities when we do acknowledge and gain awareness of them and work with them accordingly. So yeah, I'm with that. Flex says they'll indeed see you without the right awareness. The planets, aka your birth chart, aka the ego personality, has to be absorbed in the higher self. The ego won't go anywhere, but it will be upgraded. Super facts. Super facts. Yeah, um we're all gonna become. Now the speed of that becoming is relative to the speed of our awareness and our ability and insistence upon acting upon our awareness. You know, um, but yeah, hopefully I acknowledge everybody who got on. I appreciate y'all. Y'all know I be impromptu. Um, but anybody else got anything? Any comments? Any questions? Oh, let me see. Y'all said I just cut grass and now everything feels smooth. About the other types of. Oh, okay. I got you. I got you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's that Venus energy, that order, bringing order to the universe. Um, and it's funny. Not to, I'd be nerding out on my etymology, but grass and glass come from the same etymological root. Um, and if we look at glass, it's like shards, of one divine piece or one divine vessel, you know. Um, so it's almost like you bringing order to the universe when you cut that grass, Um, but that's all I got. I'm not gonna sit on here and keep rambling. Um, if you're interested in having your birth chart read, then I invite you to go over to mastersofthecosmos.com. You can click on the button for birth chart reading. There is a 25% uh, discount. More don't get in that saying. There's a 25% discount going right now. You can put in the coupon code chosen when you go to check out, and you'll get your discount. Um, all types of other stuff over there on the website for your learning pleasure. And I want to throw this out. Something I'm thinking about is uh, I had a Patreon going. I had to shut it down because I wasn't able to, you know, I wasn't able to put content up like I want. At least not for to show to. I wasn't able to give the value that I wanted to. Put it that way. But I have. Come back over here. Come back over here. But one thing I'm thinking about doing is a Patreon where get on there and we learn astrology, and you can learn how to read your birth chart. Um, at least I'll give you my perspective. Um, share some books with you. We can practice looking at people's charts, looking at celebrities' charts. Um, more, stay over here. Uh, oh, thank you, MJ. Thank you, thank you, thank you much. Um, we can get on there and just go through all the basics, you know, and get into the philosophical nature of the different aspects and not just make it like what you would get in the book, you know. Um, you know, um, Gemini, Taurus, you know, looking at the etymology of the word Taurus, the etymology of Gemini. Like when you take these things and you keep breaking them down and breaking them down and breaking them down and breaking them down, then you come back up to interpret them, then it opens up a vast highway of knowledge. Okay. Um, like for example, I've done a deep dive on just the nervous system. Okay. And so we talk about no more. Oh, okay. When we talk about Gemini uh, dealing with the nervous system, you know, it just opened them. You just look at how the nervous system works. And then you look at the fact that Gemini follows Taurus, and Taurus is sensory. Okay. So Taurus opens up the door to the nervous system because it is our sense of touch, our sense of sight, our sense. It's all of our senses which directly correlate with the nervous system. You know, your nervous system has a sensory nerves, motor nerves, and all these different things. Because then you can start seeing how these things play out in our lives. You know, Gemini rules the arms, and you know Sagittarius rules the upper legs. And then we see when we read in the books, they say, well, Gemini is short travel, and it says Sagittarius is long distance travel. Well, it makes sense when we understand that Gemini is the arms. You can only something can only travel but so far with your arms. Okay? Because we don't walk on our arms. We're not primates. We walk on our legs. So our arms can pick up something, move it from here to there. For it to be a long distance movement of the whole unit, the whole vessel, we have to use our legs. Sagittarius, long distance travel. Excuse me. So it's just little things like this we can just go in more depth into, and then you come back, and then you look at your chart again with these, you know, more expanded perspective, and then things open up. You know, sitting talking to my barber about why it would make sense that he would be a barber, and it's just like it's not just your standard. Oh well, Mars rules over blades, and he's a barber, which that is part of it. You want to look at where his Mars is, but it's also he has a lot of energy in Pisces. So part of him being a barber is he likes to communicate and be around people, and you know, and it's about the oneness with his community and so forth. You know, he's Sun in Pisces, Neptune in Pisces. You know, so it's just different things. He stands on his feet all day. Sun in Pisces. Pisces rules the feet. It's just we can just go on and on and on, and the more you learn about um, my son is a Gemini. He's a natural. That's what's up. Got a smoker on him, huh? My next to oldest, she a Gemini, and she wins all of the field day events at her school. And she was lacking confidence about running her sprints this year. I said, Jada, and now you tell me, wise feminine, is your son, is it hard to hold his attention span? You know, is he just kind of a little human electric bolt? That's her, you know. So for the moment I could capture her attention, I said, Jada, you know, Mercury is the fastest god. He's fleet-footed. I said, you got to call on Mercury when you go out there to run your race. You got to think, I'm Mercury. I'm Gemini. I'm Mercury. Okay. And so you go out there and you smoke them. Now she normally ain't interested in nothing I'm talking about no astrology, but for that one moment, uh, constantly on the search for something new. That's right. For that moment, though, I got her attention, you know, because it was something that she was interested in. Gemini, games, you know, they love games. Um, um, but that's it, man. I'm just on here rambling. Come on, y'all. Let's get ready to go. We got to go. Okay, let's go. All right, we're going to do it. We're going to go and eat. Tell your friend bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Oh my God,
Um,
Daddy, go bye.
but yeah,
Daddy,
so
I got a bite.
you got a bite? Something bit you? Okay, we'll put something on it.
Ah,
But that's it.
just scratch my hand.
Okay, I'll scratch. I appreciate y'all tuning in. Let's wait till we get to the truck, okay? And we'll catch y'all on the top side. Hopefully we'll be back. We should be back this Friday with the Think Music podcast. Oh yeah, I didn't finish about the Patreon. Okay, so if I do it, it'll probably be something like $3 to $5 a month. Okay, so um, hopefully I could get at least 10 people on there. You know, um, but if you're interested, put a comment, say something down in the comment section when the video goes up. Just come on, go ahead, baby.
I need water.
Okay, okay. Obviously, this is nothing I'm counting on to buy that Lamborghini for me. But come on, son, sit down. But
I got
it's something that it's part of my okay. It's part of what I feel my purpose is, to be completely honest. Is that it? Right there? So, but either way, if I do it, you know, I'll
Bye, everyone. Bye, everyone.
say bye. Okay, here, put your thing back down. I'll make it known, keep you posted. Um, okay, right on, right on. Since some of y'all say, okay, y'all be interested. All right, I'll keep y'all up to date, you know. And as always, you know, y'all stay down till you get up. When you get up, stay down. Peace.
Wait.